Okay, looks like I met the city-state of Kumasi. I'll go ahead and take a look at that in a second. With this warrior, I'm gonna go ahead and just let him heal up just for one additional turn. And then we'll come back and continue to engage the barbarian camp. Before I move my scout, let's take a look at Kumasi here. You have met a representative of the Kumasi city-state. The Kumasi city-state has given you a new quest to train a galley. Now, unfortunately, it looks like I was not the first to meet Kumasi here. Which is a shame, because in 10 turns, someone already met the city-state. So they're actually getting the envoy. And they're getting that one extra culture in the capital, which I could have used. I'm not sure if I'll be able to train a galley, since I didn't settle my city on the coast. But it is what it is. Their unique bonus: your trade route civilizations. What am I saying? Sorry. I'm reading what's above. Your trade routes to any city-state provide +2 culture and +1 gold for every specialty district in the origin city. Oh, see, this would be really good. Your trade routes to any city-state. Okay, so these are trade routes that are going to other city-states, though. It's not domestic trade routes. Okay, well, keep that in mind. Do you guys have any resources on you? Nothing at the moment. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and read up on Kumasi here. Okay. Still have 2 movement points with my scout. Unfortunately, I can't move him into the woods here, because this would cost 2 movement, and if I used my 1 movement here, I would only have 1 left. So I might as well just move him 1 onto the wheat tile, and then I can move him into the forest, or into the desert next to the forest. I have a second population in my city, and he's already working the 2 food 3 production tile, which is great. I want him to do that. Once this builder is done, either I'm gonna go for a settler or the monument. And if it is necessary, I can always get a second military unit into the fray. Yep. Go ahead and end the turn. Alright, so my warrior, he's healed up enough. Gonna go ahead and continue the attack here. So the good news is the barbarians, they don't heal. but my warrior, he does. So now I have some choices I can make here. I can send my scout either to the west, or I can send him to the south. My gut is telling me to send him, well, two directions, both really. If I send him to the south, there's a good chance I'll discover the new civilization down below. If I send him to the west, well, I'm exposing my southern border and what's on the other side. It could be potential danger, could be opportunity. But it also is desert too. So I'm gonna go ahead and move my scout to the south first. Follow the riverbed. Interesting. So whoever this leader is, he's gotta be down here. And these tiles look appealing. There is a lot of plains, floodplains. This could be good too to work with. Okay. Next turn. Ooh, we met Jerusalem. Or Jerusalem met us.
I am fond of pigs. Dogs look up to us. Cats look down on us. Pigs treat us as equals.
Okay. Right here, I'm going to continue to fortify until healed. Let's give Jerusalem a read. See, because I was the first major civilization to meet Jerusalem, I've earned one envoy there. They also give me a quest, send them a trade route. But back to what I was saying. Because I was the first to meet, I have one envoy, and because I have one envoy, I'm now generating +1 faith in the capital and in every shrine building. Which is nice. Their unique bonus, your cities with holy sites exert pressure as if they were holy cities. 4x religion, pressure on all cities within 10 tiles. Not sure if I'm going to go for religion this game as Abraham Lincoln, but, you know, it's good to have regardless. Alrighty. Let's see what else. It doesn't look like we discovered horses, which is a bit of a shame. I'm gonna just for now ignore this one leader that is somewhere on the other side here, and I'm gonna continue to explore this land here. Which I'm glad I did, because we... good news and bad news, so... this could work here. There's food. Food. These tiles could be reached out to for food if it came to it. And then we have production tiles here. So the city could work right here. We'll keep exploring with my scout. With animal husbandry completed, now I'm going to move on to mining. Okay, great. So, one thing I did notice, I do have the option to build a Temple of Artemis. If I build a camp, each camp, pasture, and plantation within 4 tiles of this wonder would provide +1 amenity. But the other thing would be that it would also provide me with +4 food and +3 housing. And I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potential spots to I'll be getting that +5 amenity essentially. So +5 amenity, +4 housing, or sorry, +4 food, and then +3 housing. That is a pretty good deal. Where does it have to be built? Okay, just adjacent to a camp. So if I was to build the Temple of Artemis, it would have to be right here. But that would then kind of mess up all of these other tactiles that I have too. And I'm not too sure about that. It's just something for room for thought. If not in the capital, maybe elsewhere. We'll see. Looks like there's a volcano here. Currently dormant. Okay, that's not great. Looks like there's now another barbarian camp that spawned nearby. So I may need to send my scout to try to cut off the enemy scout. We'll come back and explore this stuff later. But this is nice. So, new discoveries. This is all surrounded by mountain range, which is good. However, if we have barbarians coming in from this way, that'll be not so good. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wait just one more turn of healing. Alright, so the enemy barbarian scout has decided to move this way instead of uphill, which is nice. I'm gonna go ahead and move here. Excellent, 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 excellent. Inspiration. The villagers share the secrets of their well-organized community. Your progress towards state workforce has advanced considerably. Boosted. And now I'm gonna go back here with my scout. So, this is great. So I have state workforce boosted. I'm gonna go ahead and get craftsmanship boosted. And I can basically go on and build my government plaza like straight away. This is great news. What I'm gonna do here in the meantime, this is actually nice. So, yeah, getting that deer would get me 2 extra gold in my capital, which would get me actually to 8 gold per turn, just from my empire alone, which is important. I do want to get at least one of these cattle improved to get the boost. So I'm going to go ahead and move on over here and build the pasture improvement. Eureka! With animals now domesticated in the pastures, it is time to learn to ride. Your knowledge of horseback riding has advanced considerably. And you can see now we have, well, I don't know why, but my cattle aren't. Not in the pasture, but they're supposed to be. It still makes sense to... Let's see now what... Yeah, okay. I do want to build a settler. That's going to be my next go-to build. And then afterwards I'll go for the monument, unless something else changes. Yeah, I really need to get a second city out. And I do want to actually maximize my production here too. The food, we'll come back to that later. Unless... Yeah, no, let's do the production. I want to keep it that way. We got +1 era score from gifts from the tribal village. I need to get a minimum of 10 more era score. So far it's been kind of lacking, but if I can eliminate these 2 barbarian camps, that would be good. However, I do have a feeling Kamasi might send their warriors up north, which I'm not entirely opposed to. Okay. Okay, so now the enemy barbarian scout is moving up towards my capital. That I don't want. But I'm not going to move him here, because then the barbarian warrior, or not warrior, spearman, he might attack my scout. So he's going to stay here for now. I'm just going to skip turn. You are going to go ahead and move on down here. We'll get the deer improved. And now, this warrior can go and continue the assault on the spearman. And my units got a promotion, which is great. And my turn. So, not the end of the world.
At his best, man is the noblest of all animals. Separated from law and justice, he is the worst.
I'm gonna go ahead and change my politics. So I have choices here. I can either improve, I can either plug a discipline, which will give me +5 combat strength when fighting barbarians, which I currently am. But I also do have a scout. If I plug in survey, this will get me extra experience for recon units. God King will get me 1 extra faith for +1 gold. And then urban planning will get me +1 production in all cities. So I'll go right back to this. Let me go ahead and actually move my scout here. And unfortunately, yeah, so the scout, he'll be stuck here. He can't pass me anymore because of zone of control, which is good. I'm actually gonna go ahead and plug in... I'll probably regret this, but I think I can get some experience with the scout, just attacking his units too. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in survey, and then God King. 25 faith will get me Pantheon, and if I'm earning 2 faith a turn, that's 1 step closer to getting the Pantheon. And it's a first come first serve basis, so yeah, we'll stick with this. You'll attack next turn. You'll continue to move down here. And then this warrior will promote. I'm gonna go ahead and give him the battle cry promotion. It'll give my warrior +7 combat strength versus melee units and ranged units. And he'll also heal health too, so back to full health. I am aware. And as for my next civic, I'm gonna jump right into craftsmanship. Okay, so a hostile barbarian camp within 6 tiles of one of your cities was destroyed by a unit. The dangers on the doorstep of Washington has been defeated. The barbarians are driven away. 3320 BC, turn 18, plus 3 era score. Excellent. Inspiration. Your soldiers hope your victory over a barbarian outpost is the start of a long line of military successes. Your progress towards military tradition has advanced considerably. Boosted. I will move my builder towards the deer now. And it looks like the barbarian camp actually spawned in another warrior. But I took out the camp just in time too, so I'll just have to go ahead and defeat this unit, and then this should be cleared up here. Now, as for you, this is a little bit concerning because if I attack the unit, he has an opportunity to still get away and alert the camp. So what I have to do is really actually like put my guy here to block him. And the good news is Kamasi's actually here to help. So I'm not going to engage this scout for now, just because I want to see what goes on here. And I don't want this spearman to engage my scout. He could potentially kill him. You can see how much damage the spearman does alone right now. So if I attack this scout, it weakens him. And then the spearman has the potential to finish me off. So I'm just going to cut off the scout for now. The only option he can go is either backwards or back onto this hill, which is fine by me. It'll buy me just an extra turn, buy me some time, and then hopefully Kamasi can kind of help and clear out this camp. Yep, plus 3 air score, military tradition. Excellent works, guys. Good job. Okay, this is what I wanted to see. And then since my warriors got that promotion, they didn't take nearly as much damage as before. Now, I can attack the enemy barbarian warrior, however, they're getting plus 3 combat strength for being on ideal terrain. So it'll actually be better for me to just fortify right here and let them come to me. I'll get plus 3 combat strength. We're going to go ahead and build the camp improvement. So now I'm actually getting the plus 2 gold. And I also got half of a housing from the pasture. So now I'm getting an extra housing of 2 out of 7 instead of 6. And that reminded me, I forgot to read up on cattle, and now I'm going to read up on deer. I'm always forgetting something that slides under the radar. So, with the... this is a little bit of a tight predicament I'm in. Because if I attack the scout, he has extra combat strength for being on the hill. But if I don't attack the scout... well, he's going to move here next turn. And that may cause problems with the camp. So I'm trying to see what I can do. Yeah, I can't really attack him. If I move my scout here, this guy's just gonna go here. If I stay here, he's just gonna move here. But at least the other warrior may be able to do something, so not much I can do. I'm just gonna go ahead and fortify for the turn. Yeah. Okay, this is good. They got some warriors coming in. Replacing. But that's not good.
When you find yourself in a hole, quit digging.
So I could engage this warrior, however I'm gonna just continue to fortify up. No need to expose myself. I don't think there's any units on the other side here, but if I attack this unit, win the battle, my warrior is gonna be critically hurt, and if there's another barbarian scout or whatever, then I will surely lose to a counterattack. So I'm just gonna stay hidden and fortify till healed. As for you, you're gonna go ahead and move down to the stone. That way we can get some more tiles to work on and get the boost for masonry. And I also have to choose a technology, what I want to research this next turn. Before I do that though, now I'm gonna go ahead and move my scout here to block off the enemy scout. And I'm not going to attack yet, just gonna fortify once more. Now there is the risk, this scout might actually spawn in barbarians, because I think they are back in range. So this would be a little bit challenging, but Kumasi is sending in warriors, so I should be okay. Worst case scenario, I can also purchase a slinger, and that wouldn't be a terrible idea, because I can then get an extra military unit out into the fight, and that could help me with getting the boost for archery, killing a unit with slinger, so. And I need to decide what technology to go for next. I'm not opposed to pottery. That would get me towards writing. And then after writing is currency. Masonry would give me the option to build pyramids. We do have a ton of desert here too, but I'm not sure. Early wonder production is, I find it to kind of be a trap, especially on the Deity difficulty, the hardest mode. I believe the safest option is just to go for pottery. There's nothing that I really need at this immediate time, so I'm gonna just do that. Pottery. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end my turn now. Alright, good work. So my barbarian... I'm not sorry. Not my barbarian, my warrior successfully defended against the enemy barbarians. What I want to do is... Yeah, I'm gonna keep him right here. And I'm just going to heal him up for a bit. And in fact, I'm not gonna move him here. I'm gonna pull him back. And I'm going to heal him up right here. That way, if I need to, if there's a unit that pops in here, I can have a chance to escape and fall back. So now I'm going to heal and just patiently wait there. I'll move my builder. And I'm too weak to engage the spearmen. But if this unit attacks, or if one of these warriors attack next turn, I think I can actually steal the camp, which will be amazing. So, let's hope. It's looking good. Oh yeah. So, a lot of action going on here, but this is actually really, really nice. What I can do now is go ahead and I might lose this scout, but to eliminate this barbarian camp is too good of an offer to pass up. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually attack. So I actually gained 30 gold in addition to +3 era score. A hostile barbarian camp within 6 tiles of one of your cities was destroyed by a unit. The danger on the doorstep of Washington has been defeated. The barbarians are driven away. Eureka! Your fight with barbarians highlights the need for stronger weaponry. Your knowledge of bronze working has advanced considerably. Boosted. I'm gonna go ahead and build the quarry. Inspiration. With the land around our first city developing nicely, we can fine-tune our production techniques. Your progress towards craftsmanship has advanced considerably. Eureka! Quarrying a resource has given you the raw materials you need to employ masons. Your knowledge of masonry has advanced considerably. So, there you go. We got some improvements going on here. And we'll go ahead and work this tile, the quarry. Go ahead and look at my resources. One of my bonus resources is now stone. So I'll go ahead and pull up stone. I got a lot of text boosts and the civic boost, which is great. So, I'm not sure where this barbarian galley came from. I think it came from the barbarian camp, which I just eliminated. So, I'm not sure what this galley is going to be doing here. He's just going to be hanging around for a bit. He can't attack my city. I'm hoping this barbarian warrior, he decides not to go for my scout and instead eliminates the Kamasi warrior. Or better yet, another Kamasi warrior can start engaging the barbarian warrior here. And I just need to be mindful that the enemy barbarian scout, since his camp is eliminated, is now hostile to any unit. So he will now attack just like any barbarian unit. So let's see what happens. Nope, he decided to run away. And worst case scenario. It is A-okay. since I have a settler coming in 2 turns, I'm gonna elect to actually purchase a slinger. I would like to use my gold to save up. It would be really nice if I could go ahead and purchase a monument even. But I'm gonna need this unit soon if I really want to settle down here, and it is imperative that I get a second city settled. And so far, this is really the only land that I have at the moment. So I'm gonna want to settle down here. Before I purchase that slinger, I want to consider settlement options. Red, I can't settle. Gray is no water. And light green is coastal water, so I want to settle by fresh water in this region here. I'm electing settling near the volcano. It has pluses and minuses, but right here would allow me to reach these three food desert tiles. Also have access to the lake if I ever wanted to build, I don't know, a water park or whatever here late game. I have some more honey, some more food, but I also now have these good production tiles. I don't know about this 2-2, but I can reach these tiles here, which is nice. I can always take these city-states if it comes to it. Always an option. But putting a city there would allow me to put another city right down here on this wheat, or adjacent to it. So this would give me some options. Let's do a little bit of map tacking. 1, 2, 3. This would be a +3 campus right here. Yeah. I could either put in, let's see. I want to put a commercial hub here. I can build a aqueduct next to the volcano. And the dam, no sorry, not the dam, the industrial zone could go right here. There's an option to build some mines. And are we missing anything? No, no, it looks good. Yeah, this would be a decent city. It would be nice. See, it would be nice. Okay, hang on, let me time out here. Because if I put that city there, and then like 1, 2, 3, boom, this city here, and I did something along the lines of this. Actually, even better. Yeah, see, this is what I really want to do, is combine these cities together. And then here I could put the dam. Yeah, now we're cooking. All right, boom. Industrial zone right here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, yeah, this would be another industrial zone here. I'd have to put the commercial hub somewhere here. I could also put a harbor down, but I would like to accrue great merchants. This could be another commercial hub. And then a commercial hub would either go on the wheat here or some other tile. I want to keep these food tiles if I can, though. Yeah, this is much more fluid. Instead of separating an industrial zone here, we can actually utilize the adjacency bonuses. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll wait one more turn just to see. Nothing should change. Yep. Gonna go ahead and purchase my slinger for 140 gold. Not a problem. Continue to have my warrior heal. Continue to grow in my research and my civics. Next turn. Ah, perfect. Well, not perfect, but may be able to get the boost for... I'm not sure. It'd be tight. Oh gosh, okay. Yeah, let's see. Tempted. Okay, I'm gonna move my settler just in the opposite direction. You're working 2-2, that's fine. I will go ahead and quickly get a second slinger. Just want to have peace of mind. And if this slinger gets injured and he needs to fall back, I can swap over. Okay, that's good. Okay, so this unit, he should survive against the barbarian scout, so I'm gonna go ahead and eliminate this warrior. Okay, Eureka. After finally killing an enemy with a slinger, you long for a stronger ranged weapon. Your knowledge of archery has advanced considerably. And, let's move him this way. Let's just move him back. (3000 BC). Nice. That's kind of annoying. Because if he pillages the camp, not going to be happy about that. So what I'm going to do now is move my slinger 1. I'm going to promote him. I'm actually going to go ahead and give him the garrison promotion. Plus 10 combat strength when occupying either an improvement that provides defense strength or a district. So basically I'll get plus 10 combat strength when I'm defending my city. I do want to get this because I'm sending a defensive unit out, and, well, to defend my city, of course, right? Volley's good, but this is more kind of like an offensive promotion, and right now I want to be conservative. Gonna move my settler here. I'm hoping the scout comes back instead of moving down onto my deer, because then he would pillage the tile and I'll lose my gold per turn. Now I'd have to rebuild. Warrior, you keep healing. I want him at full health. Okay, that's good. That's not good. You just can't win.
No man ever wetted clay and then left it, as if there would be bricks by chance and fortune.
Alright, what I need to do is get my unit here. Yeah, 5 turns. I have my settler escorted by military units, so he is protected. Nothing I can do about this. It is out of my control. You're gonna continue healing, and you can just sit there. You'll be done soon. We'll decide what to build after. Yeah. As for the technology here, I think I want to go for riding, actually, because riding will allow me to get the campus. Do I? Or I really should do archery. Yeah, I should. I'll do archery, then riding. Or maybe I should do bronze working. Because if I unlock the strategic resource, the iron, and if I accrue iron, I can maybe sell that iron to get more gold per turn. Okay. Well, am I being threatened right now? No. However, building this city here is close to Kamasi, and this player already has 2 envoys, so he could levy. No, let's play it safe. I agree. Yeah, the original idea. I want to play it conservative. I'll get archery, increase this defensive strength, and then I'll go for riding after. I may even want to go for a 3rd slinger, because I want to get these 2 cities settled right here. And this could be, yeah, I can already see borders here. These cities could be vulnerable to attack. Monument's important though. Okay, I'll get the monument and then maybe after another slinger. I'm not happy with this though, he's gonna pillage. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, we'll do archery. Okay, so now I got a Pantheon, and somewhat early, turn 28, which is good, so we should have some options to choose from. I have a full list here, just kind of scrolling, seeing what stands out to me. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be building holy site districts. I might later into the game. It's very circumstantial though. Monument to the Gods is always decent. Divine Spark is always good. Marsh, Oasis, and Desert Floodplains. Unfortunately, these are not Marsh, Oasis, or Desert Floodplains. Fishing boats? Nah, we don't. Pastures? No. No, it could be good, because we do have some pastures here, but I do want to eventually harvest these tiles. Camps could be nice, but even then, I want to, you know, remove that deer there. The quarry I'll remove. Nah. Nah. This would hurt us America, actually, for plantations. This is a little bit late. We already cleared 2 barbarian camps. This could be good. Fertility rights. Looking at this city, it does have some decent food, and the floodplains should increase the food yields. This is always a good one. City Patron Goddess. And then okay, so I see 3 pantheons that I'm seriously eyeing. It's gonna be Divine Spark, Fertility Rights, and City Patron Goddess. Now, as for which one I want to get, City Patron Goddess actually wouldn't be a terrible decision, because I could get that Government Plaza up so much faster. Getting that builder would be pretty convenient, because I'll be able to repair these tiles, and then also kind of chop out all of these other tiles here too. But I don't know if I want to chop tiles yet until I get my governor, which I'm planning to be Magnus, because there's just so many tiles here to chop. And then if I got the builder, I can improve the honey, which would get me another amenity. And then maybe the wheat too, which would improve irrigation. So that's actually really nice as well. So both of these are good. Divine Spark is always a nice pantheon to go for. However, I'm leaning more towards the latter two. Or the latter two. Getting one extra great person is nice, but what impact is that gonna make? In the long run, it may accrue, sure, but I actually really appeal towards fertility rights, because the city growth rate also is 10% higher. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to be in my capital, or if that's going to be for all cities. But if that's for all cities, that's a huge change. So, yeah, I'm going to go for fertility rights, grab that builder, and we can improve these tiles here too. Inspiration, worship of your pantheon of gods has brought up further questions about spiritual forces in our world. Your progress towards mysticism has advanced considerably. Good. Your people celebrate a historic moment. Could this numinous moment be what those other prophets were talking about? +1 era score. And then civic boosted mysticism. So, okay. You're gonna... Yeah, we'll move you here. What the hell? I'll get my slinger next turn and he'll move in. What I want to do here, next turn, here, let me check these yields. I'm gonna work this no matter what. Do I want to get extra food? Yeah, see, this is nice. I'll get that slinger next turn. So, now we can work the 3-1 cattle. Save that. And then once that improves, okay. Yeah, it's gonna take me quite a while to get settler. Their protection cost went up. I believe it was like 85 or something initially. Now it's 110. So the cost will go up the more you build a certain type of unit. So we'll pause on the settler just for a moment, but we'll get right back to him at some point. We need to just grow the population in my city, in my capital. But I'm gonna go ahead and put a monument in queue. Actually, nah, no need. We'll do it next time. But yeah, monument would be nice. We can get that extra culture, and that'll help me jumpstart my progress towards state workforce to get the government plaza. So a little bit of action this turn, but things are looking good. So